What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Today we're going to be talking about proof of weak hands 3D resurrected yet again. So I've talked about this a few days ago. I got in here about maybe close to about a week ago, and the dividends here have been pretty crazy. So I put in close to about 1.5 BNB for to buy the P3D token when this thing was first conceived about 6 or 7 days ago, and that BNB or that amount of P3D that I purchased, that 1.5 Ethereum, turned into about 38, maybe 43 BNB overall that I could have sold. But of course, two things: I didn't want to dump on everyone else. I hate doing that. I hate making a video and then a token going up significantly and then just dumping the price on everyone. But also, the dividends here I think are going to be very good, and I do think that this thing has legs for the long term. So what I'm going to do is sort of a tutorial video on what you can do with P3D, what you can do with Fomo3D. The devs, or at least the Telegram group, did ask me to do this, but this is not a sponsored or paid video. I don't really accept funds for anything. This is just kind of an educational video if you guys want to read into this more. Now, I know a lot of you guys are already connected with P3D. You've been watching my channel for a long time, so you know how this works. But I also know that a lot of you guys are brand new, and a lot of this stuff might scare you when it's saying exit scamming and things like that. So let me kind of break it down for you so you can understand how this works. Full disclosure here, though, guys, I don't know how this contract's going to go in the long run. I don't know if it's going to fizzle out and become nothing, or if it's going to go parabolic and do something similar to what the original P3D and Fomo3D did, where they had tens of millions of dollars in jackpots and in funds circulating throughout the system. In fact, this was one of the biggest, most popular contracts on Ethereum back in 2017. And now that it's on BNB, could it do the same thing? Potentially. There's a lot to be said with that. We'll even talk about the negatives that people have, the concerns that people might have with this as well. But let's just go into the basics of this. How does this work? So first, let's talk about the proof of weak hands 3D token, the P3D token. So you can buy this on PancakeSwap. All the links will be on the website right here at the top corner. So if you're going to buy the token, it's going to be there on PancakeSwap. So what you can do with this P3D token is stake it. As soon as you purchase it, don't just let it sit in your wallet. You want to stake it so you can get those dividend rewards over time. So like I said, I've been in about maybe 5 or 6 days, and I've gotten 2 BNB worth. That's already 3x of what I put in already. And those rewards come from a couple of different places. One of them is Fomo3D, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But the more people are playing this game, the more rewards or dividends you're going to get in here. The second way is through people just circulating the P3D token. So as that token is being sold, you're having some P3D being burned, some P3D going to the dividends portion so that you can withdraw that into your wallet. Another thing to note here is these are BNB dividends. So when I press the withdrawal button, that BNB goes into my wallet. I don't have to sell P3D tokens for that BNB. That is fresh, fully liquid BNB tokens that I'm able to use. So that is that. Now, when you stake your tokens, you keep the amount that you have until you unstake. When you unstake, 2 things happen. Number one, you stop getting rewards. You can still withdraw your dividends that you already accumulated, but you will not get any more. The second thing that will happen is you're going to lose 10% of your P3D staked. So that 10% is going to become rewards for everyone else and burn P3D tokens. That's just the way that it works. So if you believe in the project long term, 2 things can happen. The price of your P3D tokens can go up over time, which will, you can sell them for a higher price like I did with my 1.5, turning into 38 BNB. Or you can also just hold the tokens in here and accumulate dividends over time as the price of the token either goes up or down. There's a lot of different ways to play it in terms of how you want to make profit, how long you want to play around with the game. That's totally and completely up to you. So the other game that they have here is the Fomo3D game. So Fomo3D, it has a lot of satire. That's the way that it was kind of created back in 2017 on the Ethereum network. A lot of satire. It says exit scamming is happening, you're going to lose all your money, blah, 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 blah. But honestly, that's not how it works. It's a jackpot game, and the way that the jackpot works is if you're the last person to buy a key, when the timer hits 0, you get all the BNB that's listed up here, 488 in this case. Now, is that going to happen? Honestly, that's not the way that you should play the game. I wouldn't really play this like that's hardcore gambling if you're trying to win the jackpot, because the other aspect of this game is every singular key that you purchase adds 30 seconds to the timer, and that goes for everyone purchasing keys. So you purchase 50 keys, you've added 30 times 50 seconds to the timer. And that continues on and on and on. So when people completely forget about the game, that's when the game actually ends, and the last person to buy a key gets those rewards. But not only that, there's a lot of other stuff in here too. So why would you buy a key? Why even play the game if you're going to try to if you're not going to win this extremely difficult to win, jackpot? Well, that's where this stuff comes in. So I bought about 7,000 keys right here, and this is not the amount that the keys are worth. This is the amount that's in the active pot overall. So this is the amount of money that you can win, is $261,000. But nonetheless, I purchased 7,000 keys, and at the current price for 7,000 keys, I think that would be a lot more. So that's about 5 BNB. Now I chucked in about 4 in here, and so this is almost 6 BNB. I've gotten my keys at a cheaper price. Every time a key is purchased, the price of the keys go up. So the earlier you purchase your keys, the cheaper you're going to get them. On top of that, every time someone purchases keys after you, a portion of what they purchase gets thrown to every single person in the contract that has already purchased keys. So since I purchased a big chunky portion, 7,000 keys right here, that's why my earnings are a lot higher than somebody who might have purchased 2 or 3 keys. So that's about 0.9188 BNB. Now, if this game goes parabolic and goes to the $10 million mark, like what happened on the Ethereum network for the exact same game, again, the keys are going to get significantly more expensive when it gets to the $1 million mark and beyond. So those 7,000 keys might be worth 25 BNB. Now, I can't sell my keys, so I can't sell my keys and get 6 BNB back. But again, getting these keys for a cheaper price than 20 BNB if the game gets to that amount of BNB inside of it, then what happens is, again, I still have a huge chunk of the total amount of keys altogether. So every time someone purchases more Ethereum, if it gets to the million or the $10 million mark, I'm getting a large percentage of that $10 million into my account, again, to withdraw. And these, same way like the P3D contract works, I can withdraw these earnings in BNB. I don't have to sell anything. It's pure BNB that I can get out of here by pressing that withdrawal button. So that's the way that works. There's some other aspects to this as well if you guys really want to get into it. Most people don't really do this too much because you have to have a networking platform, but you can get referrals from here, get a little bit of extra from doing referrals if you want to do that from this vanity and referrals page. So you guys can read through that if you're honestly interested in that, but you can make a lot from doing that if you do spread the word around. That is kind of the way that how I made most of my funds back in 2017 and 2016 was with referrals. So if you learn how to do it and you get a lot of people placed underneath you, you can make a lot more than you're seeing right here. But nonetheless, even if you're just playing the game to get BNB from the keys, it is entirely dependent on people continuing to play. And the way that this game is designed, people should continue to play for this $261,000 jackpot. I mean, honestly, if you're going to get 30 seconds added to the timer every time, the game should last inevitably forever. I mean, that's kind of what happened with Ethereum. Now, why did the Ethereum game end? Why isn't the Ethereum game continuing to go? Well, what happened actually back in 2017 was there was some, or maybe it was 2018, there was people that were messing with the Ethereum network. There was, I think, miners messing around with the Ethereum network just so they can claim that $10 million reward for themselves. So there were some nefarious actions going on by miners, people kind of running the Ethereum transactions to win the game. Now, the difference with BNB is centralized. So, Binance owns the nodes for this network so that nobody's going to be messing around with it to get the jackpot, theoretically. So that should be what happens. Differently with this one is that no shady stuff can happen in terms of people trying to game the entire network to get $10 million. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what Fomo3D can do. And honestly, let me tell you a little bit of a secret about what happened last time with this. It started off slow for like the first couple weeks, and then it really picked up steam, and it just went Parabolic. And again, I purchased a little bit of keys on the Ethereum network, and I made a lot for my little bit of keys, and I was just like, man, I should have bought a lot more, because that's kind of what happens. If it goes Parabolic, you make a lot from your chunky purchase in the beginning. If it goes Parabolic and then you try to FOMO in while it's going Parabolic, that's when you can that's when you make your mistake of buying at the very end. And again, you're getting the most expensive keys. You're only getting maybe 10 keys for one BNB, and then you're not getting as many rewards as the people that purchased in the beginning. So the risk is there, obviously. I mean, I'm not saying that if you purchase keys, you're going to get ROI tomorrow or next week or next month or next year or ever. The risk is there because if people stop playing or if the game slows down significantly, you're almost never going to get ROI. But if it does do something similar to that of what P3D did after the first couple weeks and goes Parabolic, then you're going to get a lot kicked back to you. Now, as far as these teams are concerned, don't really worry about this too much. Honestly, you should probably pick the Snake team or the Bull team. Most likely the Snake team if you have P3D. If you're not messing around with P3D, then you go with the Bull team. These other two teams benefit the jackpot, which don't bother trying to win the jackpot, to be honest, unless you are a coder or a botter. So stick with either the Bull or the Snake team accordingly. Anyway, that is everything for today, guys. I'll leave links to this, my referral link, if you guys want to join that, or you can, join your own referral link. But that is how the game works overall, and we'll see where this thing ends up, what ends up happening with P3D. Like I said, it really is a toss-up. We'll see if it does catch on when, nobody can predict the Shiba Inus of the world. Nobody can predict what happened with Fomo3D before, but if and when it does happen, those people who jumped in early in the beginning and had faith are the ones that reap the rewards all the time. So it's up to you, you guys. I mean, find your own gems at the end of the day. Make your own decisions at the end of the day. That's how you play the game. Fingers crossed for those of you who did purchase those tokens for parabolic movements. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. If you guys want to get my videos earlier than everyone else, head on over to my Patreon channel and select a membership there. You'll get access to all my videos up to 2 to 3 days early, and you'll get access to my Discord channel where we're going to be talking about things like P3D, NFTs, and staking coins, etc., etc. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.